Hi, everybody, and welcome to a session dedicated to Google Slides called Souped Up Slides. My name is Rick Dakar. I am a sixth grade language arts social studies teacher at Orlando Middle School. I'm also a Google certified trainer. That's just kind of fancy for I like to nerd out on technology and integration for students. So today we're going to look at Google Slides. We're going to look at Google Slides in a way that is going to allow people to kind of, I guess you could say, up their game or soup them up and really talk about how to design and use Google Slides more than just a presentation software, because Google Slides it's more than just presentation software. Okay, and today I want to maybe just share with you a little bit about how I use Google Slides, how I look at them now, and the new way I kind of approach designing learning experiences for my kids using technology. So stage one here is going to be design. Okay. And so, like I said before, it's more than presentation software. There was a blog post done by Alice Keeler a while back, and she talked about how she does not use Google Docs anymore. And so I thought it was interesting, so I read it, and what I found was that she was kind of right. What she was suggesting was that anything that you can do in Google Docs, you can do in Google Slides. And Google Slides has way more capability than Google Docs. Google Docs is word processing software. That's what it's meant to do. Google Slides can be word processing software, but it also can be much, much more. And so I started to use Google Docs less, use Google Slides more. Okay. And so here in this presentation, you can see there's an example of a student project. If you click on this link, it'll open it up. This is an example of a student project that was done in Google Slides. Now I changed the size of the paper to mimic a book type layout, but it gave such more capability to design and create than Google Docs would have done. The student would not have been able to really put together such a nice table of contents or lay out their page just this way in Google Docs. It would have been very, very difficult. But in Google Slides, you have the capability to add text boxes, shape them, add pictures, put them where you want. If you wanted to do a word processing document for the entire thing, you just add one big text box. But Google Slides allows you to design your page however you want. So this is not your typical 16 by 9 that I'm using for this presentation, but it does still work. If you're playing the at-home version and you want access to this slide deck, all you have to do is type in this address that's at the bottom, bit.ly, souped up slides. You can see it right on the bottom of the screen there. Design element number 2. So one of the things that I realized was, or it was a realization from a frustration. So I was frustrated. I wanted to, I use a digital reader's notebook and writer's notebook, and I wanted more space to add things for my students. So when they're doing some work along in reading or writing, even social studies, whatever, I wanted to be able to give them resources while they work. And so I really couldn't find enough space on the charts to do that. You can, if you look on this slide, you can see in the center here, there's a space for an example and a place for them to write and some directions. And this red right here is a link. You can link out to something, but then I have to click back and forth. And I just found that kids struggled with that. So I was like, well, how can I create more space? And all of a sudden I started dragging things around to organize it. And I realized that these things, this space created by the slide is only for presentations. If it's for workspace, I can have all the space to the left or right to add elements for my students to support them, scaffolds. So I started adding anchor charts, thinking prompts, process charts for students to use as they work and refer back to. And all of a sudden I had everything that kids need to look at in one place as they work. So using the edges of a slide is super, super powerful. This slide deck in particular, the one with the reader's notebook, was taken from Pernille Ripp, who is a literacy expert from Wisconsin. I follow her on Instagram and Twitter for everything literacy, advice on texts, advice on approaches. She's got some really good books out there that you should check out. Passionate readers, passionate learners. So take a look at those. But this is I adapted it for my needs, but the bones of it she made over the summer for her what was then a virtual class. And so this link here is to her original copy. Give credit to her for all the hard work she did, but I really, we love our reader's notebook. This is another example of what it might look like. Some different charts that kids might want as they work. And you can place them around. One thing that I am guilty of is sometimes I place too much. So I've gotten in a better habit of stopping, having a conversation with kids about what do you want to see when you're working on this task? What will you need? And so as they kind of indicate what they need, I can add it around the edge. And they can also delete things if it's too much. If it's too busy for them, they don't need it, they can always delete it afterward. But at least they have it to start. Design element number 3 would be to pick a theme. Now, Google Slides comes with all kinds of themes already loaded up, but these ones are kind of fun. So like the one you're looking at right now is the Google Slides theme from Slides Go. Okay, and so if you travel to any one of these websites, if you click on the logo, it'll bring you to their website. Now, Slides Mania is fantastic. They're all fantastic, but you can check out all the free templates. You can search for them. You can find games, like here's a game one, interactive trivia game, right? All of these different buttons are linked up already too, so you just need to add the content, which is just fantastic. So these are here for free. All you do is you find the one you want. There's a little video on how to set it up. Okay, and all you do is opening Google Slides. It'll create a copy for you and you're ready to go. Quick tip. One of the things that you'll learn, you should definitely watch these videos, by the way, see how you can set it up. But quick tip is when you are setting one up, something to think about is the master. So I didn't realize this until I started using the templates from Slides Go, Slides Carnival, and Slides Mania. But if you go into View and Master, there are things inside here that can't be touched. Layouts, formats, all kinds of information, like all kinds of different layouts. And you can edit these to match. So if you, like this blank one, I could create a master slide to a format or whatever I need, so I could duplicate it and use it over and over and over. So this has a lot of power. You can also put images in here that you don't want people to be able to touch or move. So this certainly has a lot of power, and definitely take advantage of watching the videos, but also editing the masters so that you can use the slide layout more than once. Okay, so pick a theme. They're all free. Find the one that works best for you. All right, now to my favorite part of this presentation, which is add-ons. This is the game-changing add-on, Slip and Slide. Slip and Slide works. It saves you a tremendous amount of time. So all you're going to do essentially is this. I have a slide deck, my reader's notebook, that I'm ready for Monday's lesson, but I'm not maybe ready to give them all of the week's lessons. Better yet, all the lessons for the entire year. And everybody knows that once you give out a slide deck and make a copy to kids, right, you can't add any more to it. It's unless you want to go in each one and paste slides in. Well, that's no more. Here's what happens. You take a notebook that looks like this. I've designed content for later this week. This slide right here. I want kids to get this slide. They have this one. They have the project outline, but they don't have like the beginning of the brainstorming document, and I want them to have it. I don't want to open all 25 documents. Open one, paste it, close one. Open one, paste it, close one. That will take me forever, especially if you have, I mean, I'm lucky to only have, have to do it 25 times. Some people would have to do it 200 times, and that's just not going to happen. So what you can do is you can use the slip and slide add-on. So in the add-on section, if you don't have it, you can go to get add-ons and add it, but go to slip and slide and click start, and it will load. And once it's loaded, this will go away and you'll have to open it. Okay, so I can go back into add-ons, slip and slide, and slip sides to Reader's Notebook. Now, if I had multiple classrooms, I could do that. There's an option right here to slip sides to multiple classroom. You go to multiple classroom manager and you can add folders. But for my reading, for this purpose, I only have one reading group, so I'm going to slip side to Reader's Notebook. Then I get to tell it where to start. I don't want to start with slide 1 because, well, they already have all those ones. I can start on a certain slide number, or I can just make sure that I'm clicked on. This is the one I like to do. I like to click on it first. Start with current slide. I can do only one slide, which is what I'm going to do. I can do all remaining slides, which I'm not ready for. But if I was ready, I could give them everything for the week. Or I can choose end by number. So maybe I wanted to just do 2 slides. I could do 99 and 100. Okay, but for today, we're just going to do 1 slide. Then I can choose where it goes. I can put it in the beginning, prior to the first slide. I can put it at the end, which is what I like to do. Or I can put it in the middle. Now, if you put it in the middle and kids have different numbers of slides, it could get messy. So I always put it at the end and teach kids how to move the slide up. So I'm going to click at the end here. And now the script is putting this slide into each student's slide deck. There's no need for me to go open all of them, and they have it within seconds. And it's done, just like that. Every student that I have attached to that got that slide. Now, the way this works is it goes and when you pick a classroom, you go in your Google Drive and you pick your Google Classroom folder for that class. So you go find your Google Classroom folder, find the class, you find the assignment, select that folder. Now, if you're a Seesaw user, all you have to do is on your Google Drive, wherever you keep all of your student documents, select the folder that has all those slide decks in it, and you can still use this with Seesaw. It's super, super easy to do. There's a video on this slide in case you need to know how to do it. It's right here. If you still need more support, you can email me or YouTube, teach you exactly how to do it. That's how I learned. Slip and slide will change your life. Okay, next one, Unsplash Images. Unsplash Images is access to free, high-resolution images for your slide decks. If you are using it for yourself and creating awesome slide decks, engaging to look at slide decks, that's great, but it also could be a fantastic resource for students in creation time. If they're creating informational books, maybe they're telling digital stories, whatever they choose to do, this would be a fantastic way for kids to add awesome, awesome images. And like I said, it's available right in Google Slides. The way to do that is to go into add-ons, Unsplash Images, insert an Unsplash photo, and then you can search for the one that you want. I'll show you the one that I love best. It's a turtle. It's going to search. Click on my button, search. This one right here. I love this picture. Give it a second to load. I mean, right there. Sea turtle, super high resolution, fantastic picture to be used in whatever way you need to be used. So Unsplash images available for students and teachers. Get rid of this guy because he's kind of in the way. Okay. Okay. Pear Deck. Pear Deck's another great one. Okay, in Schenectady, we are only a few days away from having premium access to Pear Deck. And what's great about Pear Deck is that the software is built right into Google Slides with the add-on. So with the Google Slides add-on, all you do is you go to Google's Pear Deck for Google Slides, open it up, and there's a pane that'll appear right here on the right-hand side. This is where I can ask questions. So if I want this to turn on a question, right? If I want this slide to be a question, all I have to do is click on the type of question I want. So let's say, text. It's gonna add an interactive question here, and then it's ready. So I could say while presenting, like, how many people? Have you used Pear Deck in the past? And people who are viewing my presentation can respond to me in real time. You can show student answers. You can show all students' answers. You can show just a few, right? So students can see each other and they can see, and you can see what they're doing. It's a fantastic, fantastic add-on. We will be doing more PD around Pear Deck moving forward in the next couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that. Sounds like some after-school sessions are going to be scheduled. Okay. So that's Pear Deck. Okay. This next one is called Flat Icon. Flat icons are, it's a repository of icons that you can use. Now, of course, you can use them to soup up your slides and, arrows and different items that you might need to present. But you can also have access to these icons, like a lion and a person running maybe from that lion, that being shown here, to have kids tell stories. Let kids create their own books, picture books, using Flat Icon. They can build the icons and put text below it, and all of a sudden you have book creating software at your fingertips. Flat Icon is available for students and teachers. It's super easy to use. You go into the add-on menu, you search for the icon you want, click on it, insert it, and there you go. So definitely add Flat Icon to the list of things that you want to be using in Google Slides. All of the resources, by the way, in this presentation are linked through here. So if you were to click on this, it would bring you right to the ad page in the Chrome Web Store. Okay, this is my second favorite one after Slip and Slide, Creator Studio. Creator Studio takes Google Slides and creates either GIF or GIF images and MP4 video files. Essentially, this is stop motion animation. Now what you're seeing is me using this with Bitmoji, okay? But it's so easy to use. So here's how it works. This is a studio. This is what I created for this, the one you saw on the other page. So essentially you have background and you move that image as you duplicate each slide, just a smidge. You can see I'm flipping that image back and forth and moving it over just a little bit. The guy looks like, me, look like I'm dancing here. And then in the end, there's the dab fire here. And then crushed it, of course. So what happens is, after you're done, you go to Creator Studio, click on Create GIF or GIF, create video, whatever one you want, and this pane will come up. and we'll lead you right through it. Now, big tip here, big tip, big tip. If you want it to happen quickly, you got to decrease the time on it. There's going to be two things that you can decide. How big you want it, how many pixels, size-wise. I think it defaults to 300. And interval is default to 2 seconds. I have that project at 0.3 seconds. So 0.3 of a second, like this. And I put it up, I always put up around 600, and I can make it smaller if I want to. It's harder to make something that's smaller bigger, but you can make something bigger smaller very easy. Then once you're done here, you click go, and it will produce this image for you right here. Give your students an opportunity to play and use Creator Studio. Let them have some fun. You can also put audio with this so that maybe it's a movie. Maybe you actually have kids make a movie with animation in Bitmoji and Creator Studio. Have some fun, play. Like I said, you need help, go to YouTube. They'll teach you how to do it. Or you can email me. I'm happy to teach you how to do it too. All right, on to our second to last part here, which is soup it up. First tip, if you haven't used Bitmoji yet, take a minute and add that Chrome extension to your Chrome browser and make yourself an avatar. It's a lot of fun. They do all kinds of silly things: dance, sing, cry, eat, sleep, complain, all the things that humans do, these Bitmojis do. And they're good at it too. The coolest thing I've seen people use them for is stickers, right? Like my 6th graders aren't really that impressed with stickers, but I remember younger kids really are. This is a great way to use stickers. Google Classroom, Seesaw, use Bitmoji. It works in Gmail too. So once you've added it, you can also add your Bitmoji into your email when you're sending them to colleagues. Brighten up their day. Bitmoji can be used in Google Slides. You can use it for Creator Studio. The possibilities are just endless. So grab that Chrome extension, make yourself a Bitmoji, and have some fun. Kids can do this too. Kids can make their own Bitmojis. Tip here would be to use YouTube to keep learning, right? Like I said a couple times, like if you can't figure out how to do something, you can certainly ask me. I'm always available to you, but YouTube is how I learned to pretty much do everything. So take some time, YouTube. There's one more resource that I want to share with people here. And that's by clicking on this link right here. This is what they call the Ultimate Bitmoji Classroom. And in this resource, this gentleman right here, Todd Parks, he put together this fantastic, amazing, crazy resource. And for people who know what a Bitmoji Classroom is, essentially, it's a class. You make a Bitmoji of you, and you put it inside a classroom, and you can put all of your content right on there. It's like a landing page for kids. You can put links in, like this is a link to his YouTube page right here, you know, Bitmoji, microphone from Amazon, Zoom links, all different kinds of stuff, okay? Get a schedule here. He has included so many different backgrounds. First of all, here's an example of a Bitmoji classroom for, looks like maybe a reading room, historical fiction, right? He's included so many different backgrounds. But wait, there's more. Keep scrolling out. Oh, here's the living room, hanging out. Maybe you want to be on the island of Motunui from Moana. Maybe you want to go to Hogwarts. Maybe Agrabah. Maybe you want to hang out with Luke. Maybe you want to hang out with The Simpsons. Maybe you're a Trekkie. Maybe you want to hang out with these guys. These are all PNG images without any backgrounds. So you can literally click on this and drop it on any slide, and the little box that's white won't be around it. It'll just be that image. And there are hundreds of different choices here. Toy Story, Harry Potter, Brave, Star Wars, you name it. It's crazy. It's in here. It's a fantastic, phenomenal, endless resource. And at the back end, there's some examples of what you could make your Bitmoji classroom look like. Just like this. There you go. So this resource is there for you. I just realized I wasn't sharing it the entire time, but anyway, so you can't see it, so I'm gonna go back through it. This guy at Todd Parks, okay, he made this resource. Like I said, tons of backgrounds. All these different backgrounds are available to you. You can, some different ones here. Coco, looks like Brave. Inside Out, maybe. My man Lightning McQueen from Radiator Springs there. Inside Out. I'm not sure this was Inside Out anymore. This one is. Motunui. Agrabah, right? Or like I said, maybe you want to hang out with Luke, Cloud City. Maybe you want to, and then all these different animated characters. These are all, like I said, PNGs without a background, so there's no white box, okay? And they're all there to be placed in your Google Classroom or your Bitmoji Classroom, or if you want to make Creator Studio. There's Coco. Oh, Dante. Love Dante. Okay, so here we go. And then here's me doing my best Sia impression here. Let the kids play. Let them figure out how to do it. Tell them that you're not sure. Tell them it's your first time using it. Tell them it's about time and everybody learns something new. It doesn't matter. Have fun with this stuff. Let the kids play. Okay. And of course, you know, if you want to fill out this form, I know this is a recording, but if you want to fill out this form, give me some feedback. That would be great. Reach out to me. My Twitter and Instagram handles are there. I'm always willing to help. But again, you know, have some fun with this stuff. Thank you for spending time with me, and look forward to maybe working with you soon.